after I can't even tell you how many technical errors and changing of schedules and running around doing different things trying to make today work. This is officially the first episode of the titled Queens of the South obviously segue that I guess we're doing. I think it's called a segue. Other option for episodes. Sub-pod within a pod.
We're a sub-pod.
We're like the Russian dolls that you keep stacking.
We're like, but I think we'd be the main one.
Well,
we're special. We're the most pretty
the
one.
And then like right inside would be Queens of the South.
And it would be the prettiest one.
Obviously. Yeah, it would be like half blonde, half brunette. Like one with
what color are your eyes?
Blue. We're
both blue-eyed.
Yeah.
We'd have the blue-eyed ones.
Yeah, so once then I go blonde again, then we're going to have a real problem. But yeah, so thankfully we are here recording in obviously Unrel's second studio, which is my house on my couch
with your dog.
With my dog, who is
quite damp. I just touched her.
Yeah, that's. I told you when she comes in, I'm gonna have to wipe her down, and then we never got there because we had to fix the recorder, and then at the same time she decided that she was a princess and had to be on the couch. So I'm almost positive I am going to have to wash this cover after this. But either way, we're here. It's Tuesday that we're recording this, so you're going to be listening to this on a Wednesday. Heads up to you, we're going to be talking a lot about the upcoming match against Herediano.
Herediano.
I've
been practicing with my boyfriend for the Latin pronunciation.
In Costa Rica on Thursday, but we're going to be sort of discussing what maybe we see as the lineup, who we see on being the starting 11,
score predictions,
sort of some of the things, because this also wasn't discussed amongst a lot of people that I've been talking to, sort of the challenges they're going to have to come across going and playing in Costa Rica and in this tournament specifically. So we're going to jump right into it, though, with the biggest event that happened at the end of last week, which we both kind of didn't really get to experience.
We experienced it vicariously through others.
Sure.
You know?
Sure. So I actually went to the kit reveal. So I was physically in the building. I was standing there on the pitch.
Looking for your mom, apparently.
So this is why I didn't really get to experience the kit reveal. I got, thankfully, through a friend, I got 2 tickets for my parents to go because I wasn't able to secure tickets for them. But I got 2 tickets for my parents to go, and they came, and I had to find them once I got there because apparently they were better fans than I were and got there like almost
right
30 minutes before
punctual.
I got there, and like we're like one of the first people in, and I go, wow, my parents are like real fans, and I'm sitting here scootering
at the
from
back
work.
of the line,
yeah, like
birding without me.
Oh no, I didn't, and this is just sort of what you need to know about lines. Like, there's always another side of the lines that people think doesn't exist. So like it kind of was really well timed. I was scootering up from work, right, on a bird scooter, and I work over in Old Fourth Ward, and that's why
next
I said
to me. Let's
right
get that out
next to
there.
you.
Like, we're legit not joking. We are literally in the office next to each other.
Yes,
fate.
It was fate. It really was fate. But so I'm scootering up from work, right? And then as I'm getting to the gate 2 entrance, like the main entrance where people march in, right across the street as I'm like trying to cut through the pedestrians is Annabelle.
Which is the 5th shout out in the row.
Yeah. How many shout outs has that dude had? Like, he basically is part of this podcast. He just is never on it. But like, it was so perfectly timed, and I didn't know when he was getting there. It worked out wonderfully well, but we ended up like cutting around and not going down the main steps everybody was trying to get down because I'm not waiting in that line. And then we ended up walking past the entire line also because I'm not waiting in that line. And then once you like walk down there,
say that's one of my biggest pet hates of Americans. They don't know how to line up. Brits are famous. We even have a word for it. It's a queue. We love
everyone has
forming,
that word for it.
Well, it's not really used here. I was like, where's the queue again? I love a good queue. Like the organization. I feel like sloppy lines give me like anxiety. And I'm not an anxious person, but sloppy lines, and I get irritated. This sidetrack. In Colombia, I thought I was going to have fights with people because they do not know how to line up. And like Sebastian had to hold me back because I was like going to start on people. Freaking lines are important. So Kelly, I'm disappointed in you for skipping the queue.
I'm sorry.
Thank you.
But like also at the same time, the queue was perfectly well lined. It's just people didn't realize that they were in the queue for like two of the main gate lines, and there were like 5 other lines on the other side.
The distribution of people was very poorly done.
Was very poor. Like nobody was there being like, "Yo, there are other lines to go stand."
Seems like a theme of a couple of things that might have been poorly done. On the evening, apparently, I mean, Twitter was going
like
a
the
bit.
audio,
I had a couple of little negative
and you couldn't
things.
really understand. Like, I couldn't hear what was going on while they were on the stage. But at the same time, it didn't really matter because I'm like, I enjoyed it. It's
free.
It's free. You're on the field. You're having drinks. Now, mind you, as much as I enjoyed it, the entire time I was trying to find my mother, who decided to walk off and go somewhere with no cell phone. And so, you know, my mom, pretty much anybody that met me that night, I like literally was like, "It's so nice to meet you.
Have you seen my mom?"
Or like, great catching up. I have to go find my mother. So
does she look like you?
She's looks a lot like you. She's
maybe
short.
we're related.
Possibly.
Wait, she looks a lot like you. She's short. That's the first thing distinguishable about me.
You're shortish. You're shorter than I am.
I think we're the same height.
No, we're not.
No.
I'm taller than my mom by at least 3 inches.
You're not 3 inches taller than me. Anyway, I'm just a little concerned that my distinguishable feature is short.
I mean, you're short and charming and angry.
Angry?
You're like the. I would want
Jekyll and Hyde.
Yes.
Soccer field is like.
Yes. And then normal. It's
nice.
just so pleasing. Yeah. And like just very.
I'm blushing. Oh my goodness. So you didn't find your mom until when?
I didn't find my mom until
Mumgate.
I didn't find my mom until like halfway through the Pity Joseph thing, and then they brought out Fabo, and I was like, and then me and Annabelle were like, we should just go wait in line for the jerseys, and then we saw the lines for the jerseys before
ridiculous?
Like, unbelievably ridiculous. No.
Because it was just too much.
Well, I tried to go the next day to the team store, and they were all sold out of small, mediums, and larges.
So just the 3 like most popular sizes.
Yeah, the 3 most popular sizes. So I'm still waiting on hearing from when they get restocked, because then I'll go get my jersey. But I mean, otherwise, that was my experience of the kit reveal, and then you weren't actually able to go.
Yeah, I think everyone that knows I live in Peachtree City, it's kind of far away. Had a few things come up with work and whatnot, and you know, that commute from Peachtree City.
It's a long commute.
It's a bit of a long commute. I was disappointed. I would have loved to go on the field. I think that, for me, looked like the highlight of the whole event.
Oh my God, it was so amazing. Yeah.
I think the sound thing, I can understand why people were complaining. I can understand why people were disappointed about.
Yeah, for the stream, I completely get it. But I'm there to just the experience.
You're there. So for the stream side of things, that sound seems a little bit crazy that you wouldn't think about that. I mean, when you have someone presenting and guest talking, to not have that. But I think my highlight, from what I've heard, what I've read anyway, I love that Joseph carried out an interview in English.
Oh, it was so wonderful. I just think
that's like...
You can actually... They have it up on YouTube now where they fixed the audio basically right before that interview. And if you go onto Atlanta United's YouTube page, they have the stream there with the audio fixed from then on out. And you can watch the rest of the kit reveal on YouTube, which is a great thing. And Joseph carried the entire interview in English. And I thought that was exceptional.
Kudos to him, because... Let's be honest, I can probably say about 6 words in Spanish comfortably. Right. And I've been doing Rosetta Stone for a while.
And you know,
it's something you're shy. Like, I don't, like, he must be shy. He's in front of all these people.
He said he was embarrassed before he started.
But what an amazing job. And what I love about it is it just shows how he's really, like, settling in here. I think language barrier can be one of the hindrances in settling in. And the fact that he's speaking English now is awesome.
There were a few moments where he had to have Justin, the translator, you know, tell him what the question was, but most of the times he got it on his own. I think that's really a testament to him on working hard, and that's also something that's been said about Frank de Boer and how he wants the South American players to try and to learn to speak English.
I think that's a great thing, because everyone can be on the same page. I think one of the most dangerous things, and we kind of had this in college, honestly, we had several players with Spanish was their first language, several that were from Scandinavia, so they either speak Swedish or the Swedish or the Norwegian, but they kind of understood each other. Right. And then we had the English speakers. And the issue was when you speaking in your... Look, if you're in your little groups, like living together, it's fine. But when you're at the training ground, if you're talking to each other in another language that not everyone understands, it can create a divide. It can create issues with communication on the field. So at the end of the day, everyone needs to be on the same page. Parky needs to be able to talk to LGP, who needs to be talk to Joseph. But if someone else overhears it, they need to all understand. So I think Frank is honestly okay. Like, he's not telling people, hey, don't speak Spanish. But he's saying, you know, on the field, let's try and all be on the same page, because communication is the most important part of soccer. Yeah. By 100%.
It really, really is.
It doesn't matter how skillful you are. If you cannot communicate with your 10 other teammates on the field, then there's an issue. So
absolutely.
I
played pickup yesterday, and I still couldn't communicate with my teammates, and we all speak English. Like, I mean, even if
that's why you got hit in the face with the ball.
I got hit in the face with the ball. My shin is like ruined because I keep.
And this is why women shouldn't play soccer, Kelly. We're too soft for this game, Kelly. Did you not know that?
Are we too soft?
We're too soft.
When I keep bodying men, and that's the reason I keep getting injured, is I keep trying to take other people down. Yeah, we're definitely too soft for this game.
So it's a men's game.
It's a men's game. But in regard to like the Frank de Boer's basically saying, Frank de Boer. Frank de Boer.
Which, by the way, there's rumors, and again, this is just rumors, but he may be potentially interested in playing in a Soccer in the Streets tournament.
Oh, really?
They have a Dutch team playing in our Nations Cup,
really?
And we're working on it. Can you imagine if Big Frank was out? I don't want to play against Big Frank. I'm going to switch my national. Yeah. I've got a cousin that lives in the Netherlands. I think I'm going to play on the Dutch team.
I don't want to go against him. I mean, he's willing. He gets him out there with them on during training.
I mean, I saw him score a goal from an impossible angle on the Twitter page.
Him and Pity went at it. It's like the two of them just started doing tricks.
Pity?
Yeah, trick shots, exactly.
Frank.
But this goes to the article that was sort of just put out by Felipe Cardenas from The Athletic about how he was talking to Parky and about sort of what Parkhurst's opinion on the new coaches and how the transition, and it's definitely a different culture. He said it's different culture from the Latin American coaches that they had, and one of the things that really stood out to me was the stricter policy, punctuality, correct.
Which I will speak not for the Latin American population in total, but in general, just from my experience in Colombia, time management is a little bit more lax, and it's not a negative thing, but it's just different. In Europe, if you're 5 minutes late, if you're 5 minutes early, you're late. Right. Do you know what I mean? Like, our parents pushed that to us from a young age. And so I can understand why that would be so different. You know, Tato is probably chilling.
Yeah. Probably. I mean, they say in the article that, you know, when practice was scheduled for 10, some of the people would come in like 10:10, 10:15, and it wouldn't be so pressed upon them.
I'm sure Frank has them running up hills if they're late.
Well, no, I mean, Parkhurst said it in the interview. If you come in at 10, you're late. Like, they're already starting practice at 10. Like, he's already has you running
warming
drills
up.
at 10.
Yeah, you're already warming up.
So if you were at 10 there at 10:01, you're told to go home. Like, you were legitimately
told
to go home.
And I'm sure that honestly, that's a tough transition at first, because you get into habits, and that's 2 years that these players have been used to. The ones that have been here consistently, you know, they're used to being able to, oh crap, I slept in a little bit. Right. You know, like, it sounds silly, but literally you're not, you know how it is. If you don't have a strict boss, you're used to kind of being like, 9:15, same difference. But I'm sure Frank is like, no, you need to be on the field. You will be here,
like, going at 10. Yeah, for sure.
But I don't think it's a bad thing. I think time management and those sort of being accountable for your time management and being part of a team. It's another thing that kind of instills that team spirit, because you know what? I'm going to be there at the same time as all my other teammates, and I'm not going to let them down. And I know in college, if we were late, we were running. That's why I said the hills thing, because it was 40 hills up and down if someone was late.
No, thank you.
No.
hard pass on that. But this sort of goes into the mentality of like how each coach is different, right? And so Atlanta United is running a very European model right now, right? Absolutely. So this goes into the transition also on how the players are now playing differently. So Parkhurst, one of the things that he said in the article was that when he played with Tata, he was sort of playing out of his comfort zone. He was asked to push forward a little bit more than he is normally used to wanting to push forward.
I mean, and look at LGP.
Yeah. Pretty much. I mean, like, there were moments where LGP was like going full
box to box.
Yeah, for sure.
Literal box to box.
Yeah. And I mean, moments I absolutely loved it, but I mean,
love it, but you look up sometimes and you're like, is this really happening?
Yeah, for sure. And so Parkhurst was basically saying how Frank de Boer is playing in a little safer system, right? And he's not necessarily making Parkhurst come out of his comfort zone. So one of the quotes that I thought was interesting is Parkhurst said, "I think Frank is changing the aspect of it a little bit to be a little bit safer. So the playing of is."
And you know who's going to be happiest about hearing this? Guzan.
Oh,
because as a goalie, I would have nightmares if I knew that my centre back was going to go play centre forward sometimes. That is terrifying to offer that cover. And I know I've complained about the fact we conceded lots of, goals.
Yeah.
Not lots, but shutouts were less common than they probably should have been, and we conceded one goal here or there. I think Frank, as a defensive minded player,
very much
is going to be like, I don't care if we're 4-0 up, we are not going to lose. Well, we're not going to win 4-1,
right?
Because conceding that goal is a loss. And I think that sometimes we were less worried about that last season. Right,
it was more about attack and
it's a beautiful, exciting play, but it's risky.
It's entertaining for sure,
but it's if you get in the habit of
risky. But I mean, when we got later into the season, it became more defensive.
No, absolutely, and so it was smart. But I'm excited to see, from a goalkeeping perspective, at least, I'm excited to see that kind of more stable back line with the coverage.
Yeah, and so with that, Parky also continued saying the outside backs tuck in a little bit. It's basically make sure you have an extra guy type of thing. So it's just relearning some of the stuff or teaching some of the South Americans that brought that with them to play on that, and they played under Tata, that they're learning sort of a fresh system.
We've got a great person to learn from.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
I mean, especially defensively.
Exactly. What a role model to have out there.
Right. And so the article then goes on. There's a lot about stuff that even I didn't know about Parkhurst, and he was really very honest and very open with Felipe. And I sort of love that Felipe can have these conversations with players and they sort of open up. But I did talk about Parkhurst's time in the Champions League, and that he played against the likes of Torres and Asamoah, and that Parkhurst said one of his best assets that he sees is his brain. He basically says, I'm always constantly thinking this is where the forward should run, or try to get that spot before he does. If the winger has it, then I'm thinking, where does he put it? And then where would the striker be? Parkhurst continues saying, I have to give myself a little bit of a head start so I can try to avoid the physical battle, which he says that LGP is really good at.
And the speed sort of thing. And I think what Parkhurst is really saying is he has a super high soccer IQ, as we call it.
Very high.
Like his intelligence of the game.
And that's been something that people have consistently
complimented.
And
that's so important as a coach, like putting on my coaching hat. I will take a player with high soccer IQ every day over skill, because both are important, but the soccer IQ and reading of the game and understanding the moves people are going to make is so much more important, because
it's almost like it doesn't matter how other people's minds.
Exactly. It doesn't matter how much you can run or tackle. If you can't be in the right position because you don't have the soccer intelligence, then what's the point? And I think that's why Parkhurst, even as he gets older, will still be a fantastic asset. Because he can read the game, so he doesn't have to make huge recovery runs.
Absolutely.
He's not an LGP that has to sprint back, or Miles Robinson. I remember like his youth and maybe his sort of inexperience at times put him out of place, but he made up for it because of his physical assets.
Very much so. And that's what we're also seeing with him this year as well. And I think it's great that when you're looking at Miles Robinson, that you are understanding that he's getting sort of the best of both worlds. He's getting the physical aspect from LGP, and he's also getting the soccer IQ knowledge.
He has the best two people to learn from,
honestly,
to get both. It's kind of that hybrid. It's like if they had a baby, if LGP and Parkhurst had a baby, Miles Robinson would be right there with the best genes.
He would, with the best genes. With the best genes. I mean, honestly, we could make a movie about Michael Parkhurst calling What Players Want, or something about him being able to read players' minds. Either way.
And LGP and how he can put in a slide tackle.
Exactly. I don't know how we get on that tangent, and I feel utterly ridiculous now. But Parkhurst for sure is like a huge staple of our team, and a huge asset, and
a great leader.
And great leader. Wonderful captain. He's definitely... What a great player to bring in and captain the first not only 2 years.
I'm so glad he freaking won an MLS Cup.
Right, because he deserved it. But this is also going into one of the most interesting things about this article was at the very, very end, talking about how Parkhurst was actually really, really close to leaving us,
but closer than he wanted to be. And I love that quote because that shows that he wants to be here.
Do you want to read that quote?
Yeah, absolutely. So Parkhurst said, I was closer than I wanted to be. There were definitely better offers out there. I think that non-economics, there's not a better place to be. I want to end my career here. I feel like I played well and lived up to why they brought me here. I've been a big part of the success, not a hindrance. I love that in the end he chose playing and home and atmosphere and everything he loved about Atlanta United over money.
Yeah.
And that is rare in this game today,
yes.
where it's a business. So
you're going to have a lot
respect for Parkhurst.
Yeah,
huge respect.
Absolutely. And I think that also sort of echoes the sentimentality that we have towards players and wanting them to stay. And then also the player sentimentality towards us and realizing that, yeah, they probably can get better offers somewhere else. Like, yeah, for sure. Joseph probably got really great offers to go back to Europe. But in non-economics, this is home. This is like one of the best places to play.
And it's a fun place to play. I mean, who wouldn't? I mean, it's a dream to walk out in that stadium. Like, and you don't get 70,000 plus fans in a stadium very often anywhere. So what better atmosphere? Not in the MLS if they're going to move league-wise, you know, and I'm sure Parkhurst office were probably predominantly within that area. But I just think it's so refreshing to have a player choose like a team because he loves that team and he loves playing for that team over the money.
Right.
And more of that, please.
Yes. So this sort of bleeds into rumors that have been going on since last week. Nagbe watch. So I will admit, the moment I
thought he was gone. We spoke about it at Hudson FC.
The moment they sent him back from training to go home, I was like, well, bye. Okay. I guess that's the end of the 1 year Nagbe era that we had. But apparently, and reports from Kristen Dyer in the Athletic, it was basically that all's been resolved between the club and the player, and that Nagbe, who wasn't scheduled to talk to press today, came out and basically said he's happy in Atlanta, right? That he's happy that problems have been resolved, and I pulled a quote. Where did I pull the quote? I guess it's not here. Either way, he basically said that he's happy and that whatever issue it was a family issue or that there is no conflict with the club. And he basically said that he did also hear that the force moved to Columbus and that wasn't the case. And that I can understand why those associations were made, but I really truly am happy playing in Atlanta, which, you know, sigh of relief, right? We all have that moment where I'm like, okay, great, Nagbe's staying. And we all do appreciate him as a player. There are two sides, obviously, of this coin. And I know that you're probably going to go on one side of the coin right now, but I do also want to bring up the fact that, like, soccer is a business, right? So, like, it's the same sort of thing that you have in the back of your heart and your mind where you're like, Carlos Carmona also said that he was very happy staying in Atlanta. And the issue was his wife couldn't fly, but then was on a vacation on a plane somewhere, so... Right, so I'm not going to bring that up. Yeah, so
trust issues.
So that's to us as supporters and as lovers. That's sometimes there are players that we adamantly agree that they loved playing here and wouldn't think twice if that comment was made. And not that we want to think about Nagbe that way. I definitely don't want to think about Nagbe that way. But there is that sort of heart flutter, like, oh my God, wait, he did just say he's happy being here, but is this a tool in a trade, you know? Mm-hmm. So, but also in the same regard, like, as much as we love Nagbe and as much as he is a huge staple of our team and a great piece for our starting 11, we could also play without him.
Yeah, I think we have squad depth this season, and I think that's so important. I think when Carmona left, we all panicked. Everyone was like, who are we going to replace Carmona with? But I think with Nagbe, in my eyes and in a lot of people's eyes from what I was reading, people were upset because they had an attachment to Nagbe. Mm-hmm. Darlington Pugby was one of my favorite connections to Nagbe I saw. Never name your dog after a soccer player because soccer players are not for life. Dogs are.
Exactly.
Don't be calling your dog Miggy. Because you probably learned if you called your dog Miggy.
You've just ruined my next dog purchase. Thank you.
But in all seriousness, I think with Nagbe, people were less concerned because we do have that squad depth. We've seen, I would have been far more upset if Eric Remedi had been out. I think he is far less replaceable
than Nagbe. What a player to come in and just sort of make his staple on a team.
What a compliment to Remedi is, in my eyes, I can't remember the team without him.
Right?
Does that make sense? Like, he came in the middle,
towards
the end
year
of the season.
Yeah.
And I can't remember life without him. With Nagbe,
But it needs to be like slow music playing in the background. Just a very fade in picture of Remedi doing the shimmy,
the video in slow mo.
Very slow mo video. Jay needs to do this. Black and white with and
just me in the crowd
watching.
Tear rolling down my
exist without you.
But basically what I'm saying is, if Nagbe was to turn around and he was happy, but the actual rumors were true and he had to leave, I would be okay. We would be okay. I mean, Barco's starting to shine. Yeah, there's depth on shine, but we have players.
We do.
And that's what's lovely this year. We have that depth, and we're going to need that depth because we got a bloody few more games to play than we did last year.
Only a few more? Only a few more games?
Just a couple. And we don't want to be Toronto. You know what I mean? How they dropped off. They were so focused.
That's the last thing you want.
No, we need to take every game seriously.
We do. We honestly do. And God, I love Nagbe. Like,
But he was injured for how long?
Clutch. Huh?
He was injured for a while, right?
He was injured for most of the season, but there was a calmness that was brought back when he came on the field.
I trusted him on the field, and
also Larry needs a break.
And Larry's getting old.
Like, how many more years are we gonna get out of Larry?
That red hair isn't looking red anymore. It's more gray than red.
Okay, let's not talk
some
about
tinges
that.
in there.
Well, he also lost his buddy. You know?
Oh.
So, it was
that romance video was.
I know. I got into a conversation with somebody about, because Zlatan came out and saying he's going to break every MLS record this year.
Okay.
And everybody's sitting there rolling their eyes, and then because I had sort of went off the grid this weekend. In my opinion, I went off the grid this weekend, and somebody basically, when I asked like what did I miss, they're like, Zlatan said he's going to win everything, and I responded with the way Zlatan responds to everybody else, is going, who? And this went on for a few more times, and I don't think he really understood that I was trying to be sarcastic.
Yeah, that you were Zlatan who, but he's like, oh, that's this really good player. Did you get mansplained?
I think I might have gotten mansplained, but I think he was also being sarcastic. But at some point in time, I was like, oh, the guy that lives in this guy's pocket. And I put a picture up of Chris McCann, because we all know who
won that one.
Yeah. Obviously, he got the parlay.
And I think
the game against
that's why Chris McCann was worth so much money.
I mean,
that was what he was being paid for. When everyone's complaining about his $500,000,
we kept him on.
We kept him just
team,
for Zlatan.
Just for Zlatan, to put him in his pocket. That's 100% what we did.
Zlatan was in his pocket.
I'm so glad you're on. Like, I'm so glad you came to like the conclusion just now.
We didn't waste that money. It was all for one game and one player.
Oh my gosh. So speaking about our condensed schedules and like the fact that squad rotation, even though we have depth right now, we're going to need squad rotation, and it's I think I'm most excited for the game this Thursday for like a couple of reasons, but I think my main one is like, this is our first legit match, and we are really honestly gonna see our first starting 11. Mm-hmm. The men on the pitch that Frank de Boer trusts the most to go out there and now obviously work the new system, right? And try and push us ahead. But I think there's a lot of things that are going against us.
Absolutely.
And I think that seeing the determination, because we're not coming in mid-season like Herediano is,
They're
right?
9 games in. That's a huge
well, not
thing.
even... obviously that's not mid-season, but still they've got games under their belt that
but what I mean is 9 games is a substantial amount of games. Yes. And people may say, we had a good time in California. Mm-hmm. We had some good minutes, but at the end of the day, there's nothing. Preseason will never compare with a full competitive game.
Correct.
And Herediano have those games underneath them. They're not doing very well.
They're not doing very well, but
it's still game time. Yeah. It's still match sharpness. People always talk about match fitness, match sharpness. You can never get up to match sharpness without being in competitive games. And of course, the games are more competitive, particularly towards the end against the LA teams. Mm-hmm. But it's nothing like a real 90 minutes with the restrictions. I mean, there's no real sub restrictions in preseason games. We've seen the huge amount of rotation, and now we're going to see 90 minutes, 3 subs.
Yep.
A real game.
Yep.
And in a freaking tough place to go.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's going to... so the weather's obviously not going to be a problem, right? They're playing on artificial turf. It's obviously not going to be the same quality as what they play at MBS.
There's not going to be 70,000 people there cheering them on.
Correct. It's an 8,000 seat stadium.
Like it's going to be similar to Kennesaw.
Yeah, 400 tickets are allotted to supporters.
Shout out to all of those that have traveled. Safe travels.
I'm seeing so many pictures of people in Costa Rica right now just laying on the beach. It's not making me jealous
Kelly's couch is basically the beach.
I'm literally, same thing. I'm watching a slideshow of the sunset and feeling very good about myself.
Listening to the rain outside.
Yeah, as it gets colder and colder and colder. Moving on. So the CCL in general, no MLS team has won the CCL in the current format that it stands in now. And we're in our 10th consecutive year of a Mexican team winning. So talk about that off the gate of us going into this, not having played a actual competitive match yet. And going into this.
It's the coach's first real competitive game.
Even though it's a new system, it's still... Frank said in the article that he had with Doug Robertson that, he's not rewriting the book here. They're not going to go out and try to change the whole thing. And he basically said that they will also they're going to test minimal changes going to CCL because what worked. And there's
a reason why we won the MLS Cup.
There's a reason why. But, I mean, they also are very well aware that, like, they're going into a match where... it's in a home stadium in front of home fans.
Intimidating place to go. I'm not trying to, but Costa Rica, it's a different style of support over there. Right. It's a different style of fan.
Right. And so Parkhurst said, it's in a home stadium and a home fan. It's against American teams. They're going to play the best game of their lives because they're in front of their home fans. They're going to run like crazy. It's going to be hectic in the stadium. Refereeing will probably be influenced.
No
I thought
VAR.
That was a very important part there. We'll get to that.
Oh.
And that we need to that Atlanta United needs to make sure that they're mature and ready for that situation because they're going to come across.
It's going to be heated. It's going to be heated, and I think
there's going to probably be a lot of shots taken.
Dirty fouls,
for sure.
I would say one of my things is we talk about Herediano having a poor season right now. Like they're 9th in the league, which is a rare thing for them. They're usually one of the top 3 teams in the league. They've lost 2 of their...
They're the third most successful team in Costa Rica.
But at the end of the day, everyone has a rough season. Lost 2 of their best players in Yendrick Luiz and Alan Cruz this season. Alan Cruz actually went to FC Cincinnati, joining Greg. But I think, honestly, the way I'm looking at it, they may be having a poor season in the league, but that means this CCL is even more important. Absolutely. They know they're not going to win any silverware in the Costa Rican league. So they need to give their fans something to be happy about. This is almost like a sort of respite for them. It's like it's a thing to think, look, the league is pretty much done with. Like, they're 9 out of 12. They're 9 games in, which is almost actually halfway through the season.
Yeah.
And it was like
Philly.
Yeah. They
and the Open Cup.
Exactly. It was a nice, refreshing change for those fans to do something and to play against an American team, the MLS Cup final. I'm not trying to say everyone knows Atlanta United, but they do know about the success of the team. They are playing some well-known players, well-known players in Latin America. You've got the Josephs, they know who they are, and they're going to want to go out there and give them fans something to be happy about. So I think it could be a really tough opposition to play. I actually think I would be less worried about playing this team if they were having a good season, because their resources would be kind of torn. They'd be like, crap, we need to focus on winning the Costa Rican League. Right now, they're like, well, we don't need to rest anyone because all that matters right now is a chance of progressing in this cup competition and giving our fans something to cheer about.
Yeah, at the same time, though, as I 100% agree with you, and I know that they are going to play their hearts out on whoever ends up playing on the pitch. They are going through a lot of injuries, and they also have had a very hard time with scoring. So chemistry-wise and sort of putting goals in the back of the net-wise, they're not in form in that regard. That doesn't mean that they're not going to give it everything they got. I mean, the CCL is a serious competition in Costa Rica and in a lot of the leagues down there. This is seen as a big deal to move forward, right? So we as this team going in, we need to just make sure that we do everything we can to, as Parker said, keep our heads, keep our make sure we're mature enough to judge the situation and that we don't get heated as well.
And in an unnecessary way. The last thing you need to do is pick up an injury for a silly tackle or a silly reaction from a tackle.
Correct.
Sounds like, it's very easy if you're mad to put in a dirty tackle, someone turns around and stamps on you. You know, I'm not trying to stereotype. I don't want to say, but if all the players,
why are you looking at me when you're saying that? Like, you think that I just do that often?
That's probably more
you
me.
look straight at me.
No, but we know how players work, the mindset, and if things get heated, it's very easy for players to turn around and come out injured, because if you piss someone off and they put in a leg breaking tackle, guess what? You're out for the season.
Right.
So we need to be smart, not pick up any injuries, play hard, but remember at the end they were coming back home soon, so to play, you know. And I would put money on us in Kennesaw. So this is a game that we just need to come out with.
I am gonna agree with what Longshore said today when I was listening to Soccer Down Here. We need to put the game away. Put the game away. That way,
a couple of goals will kill them.
We need to be comfortable.
And I think with the season they're having, when you talk about that, it's one of those where if you score 2 goals with the season they're having, they've lost that game in their heads mentally. You know, you go down 1, you go down 2, as you say, they haven't scored many goals. If you're 2-0 down, you don't score. You rarely score 1 goal, let alone 2, let alone 3 to get ahead. Score those goals, you're putting that nail in a coffin every goal you score. And how nice would it be to be 3...
Spike in a railroad?
Spike in the railroad.
They're putting the spike in the railroad. It's like obviously
don't talk to me about the spike. I'm sorry.
You don't like the spike? Jess.
I don't like manufactured stuff.
Oh my god.
But no, it's okay. It's okay. It
is a nail in the coffin. I agree with you.
Yeah, and I think that imagine being able to come back next Thursday and have a party in Kennesaw, you know, because we're comfortable, and then Frank can play whoever he wants.
Exactly.
Rest some players, give some minutes, see how it goes. So
100%. But what we should also note and talk about really quickly with this game is the obstacle. I mean, we obviously talked about the obstacles on the field, but let's talk about the obstacles in general. One of the things that I thought very interesting when I was reading the Doug Robinson article about, playing against Herediano, is that there was a little snippet that was pulled out. A journalist who covered the Champions League game in 2013 at Herediano in Costa Rica, in which where Atlanta and I will play. He remembers the LA Galaxy scoring a goal and the wireless being turned off in the stadium so that goal could not be shared.
Ruthless. Is that petty? Can we call that petty?
It's petty, but we should also mention that there's not going to be VAR for this game.
I'm okay with that. I don't like VAR.
But what's the other last bit of thing that we should be noting right here? How many refs are going to be on the field?
4 refs. And where are they all from? Mexico.
Yeah.
But at least they're not Costa Rican. I just hit my face in the mic. I literally just hit my mouth with the microphone.
Because you knew you were lying and you were trying to take it
I'm trying to be
not that serious of a thing.
Yeah, I'm trying to be like, no one's biased. I mean, I think the issue with
not having
bias
in soccer, that never happens.
No one can be bought.
No one can be
Qatar.
FIFA.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still mad about the World Cup not being in England, but it's okay. Anyway, like you say, the 4 referees, no VAR. If you're going to buy refs, what better way to have to buy it than there not being VAR to look back at? Because they can be innocent mistakes. You can't buy a ref that's using VAR because then it's like so obvious.
Right.
Because you're looking back at it in slow-mo and, you didn't see that penalty the first time? Kind of believable, you know? I was blocked view. You've watched it from 4 angles on VAR. Now you're cheating.
Yeah. Now you're very well aware that you made the wrong call and you just don't want to correct it.
I don't love VAR in the MLS. I don't think it's used as well as it could be. But this is some sneaky stuff.
Yes, 100%. So, I don't know. We gotta get ready for it.
What's your score prediction, huh?
So, we didn't even get into that. Score prediction. So, they obviously have a hard time scoring. I don't feel like we're going to have a close, like a shutout. So
Frank won't be happy about that.
Frank will not be happy about that. I'm sorry, Frank. I see it being 2-1.
Okay.
It's not a nail in the coffin still, but it's still away points against home points. So I see us doing 2-1, and then I see us closing it out and Kennesaw. What are your thoughts?
I'm going to go with 2-0. I'm going to have faith in Frank. And I just love...
And Brad Cruzan.
I want a shutout. I love a shutout. And I'm going to go with 2-0 and 2 Joseph goals.
Yes.
Started on early.
So you think it's just going to be 2 Joseph goals and it's not going to be Pity?
Maybe an assist by Pity.
Oh, well,
and
for
an assist
sure.
from Barco.
Yeah.
Because I think Barco is doing some nice
Barco
things.
is on. I'm looking forward to seeing
Is it that blonde
him.
hair?
I think it's the blonde hair. We got to also credit that to Annabelle because apparently he's a blonde influencer. As Jessica also rolls her eyes at me because she's also a blonde influencer.
Not an influencer. I will not use that word. Never. So how can people watch it? And should they get practicing watching it now?
Yes. Yes. So if you have CCL fever, obviously we're...
Sorry, that was my fever.
Your fever?
That was the ugliest compliment
How do
ever.
you have fever and it sounds like you're just choking on water? You are so strange. So CCL obviously is starting tonight, and as we're recording this, it's Tuesday, so we meet Tuesday night. So if you would have listened to this, you already know that the CCL already started last night. But
Toronto got beat by Independiente.
already the game's
No, I'm kidding with you. It's tonight.
Oh,
I'm in a post game. It's gonna be Wednesday tomorrow.
I was like, I didn't think they.
That's my
It
score
starts at
prediction.
8.
Toronto got their asses beat.
Dude, so coming in on Toronto, like Josie is injured.
He's not even on the plane.
Yeah,
So
he's injured.
sorry.
They don't have Giovinco anymore.
That's why I can already say
And
the
they were
news
supposed
is
to-
they got beat.
They were supposed to sign another
Not
big
happening.
DP, and they haven't made any moves towards that at all. I don't even know what's going on in Toronto.
Well, they
I
got
do
beat.
not know.
They got beat in the CCL. Just so you know, you heard it here first.
Heard it here first. We are calling
But
predictions.
If you want to practice watching,
Yeah, so the game for Atlanta United versus Herediano is going to be at 10 p.m. on Univision, but you can also watch it on Yahoo, which will have an English commentary on the game. Another thing you could also do is watch it on Univision, turn off the sound, and dial into 92.9 the game because both Jason Longshore and Mike Conti are flying down to Costa Rica for the game.
not jealous.
Not jealous at all.
Thanks, Jason.
But you can get started testing out these features on Yahoo Sports, on seeing if what it's going to be like sort of to stream it, right?
Absolutely.
So the first matches are today. So that's Saprissa versus Tigres, Independiente versus Toronto, and
Toronto lost.
Gustatoya.
Man, the CCL is going to teach us some serious pronunciation.
Yeah, I know. Versus the Houston Dynamo. And then, so today, on Wednesday, you have Atletico Pantoja.
Pantoja. J is silent. Ha.
Pantoja.
Jessica.
Sorry, everybody. And I literally looked it up.
Versus the New York Red Bulls.
The New York Red Bulls. I looked up the pronunciation of that name. I should have done better.
Pantoja.
So Marathon versus Santos Laguna, and Alianza versus Monterrey. So New York Red Bulls is at 8 p.m. Santa Laguna's match is at 8 p.m. also. And you're going to have the Monterrey versus Alianza at 10 p.m. And then Thursday, the day that we play, we've got SKC Sporting Kansas City versus Toluca at 8 p.m. You got Herediano versus Atlanta United at 10 p.m. 8 p.m., 10 p.m. So you've got a bunch of matches for the CCL going up. You can actually start watching today or,
Today,
Tuesday,
Wednesday. Today, Wednesday. Start watching. Get some practice in.
Well, that will you also understand that there's no VAR in those games either, and you'll start sort of seeing.
And honestly, start scouting out what the competition's like, guys.
Yeah, that too.
Because we're gonna make it a long way.
Because when we beat Herediano, we're going against Monterrey, and the 3 powerhouses in this tournament are Tigres, Monterrey, and Atlanta United.
So we're not the Red Bulls that have the easiest route through then.
The Red Bulls do have the easiest route, which is sort of ridiculous.
But they might mess it up.
But you never know. So there's that. And then we obviously coming right into it, we've got the season opener that's right after our game in Kennesaw. So the 28th is Thursday. That's the game that we got against the second leg against Herediano. Mm-hmm. And then we go fly into DC.
Who needs rest anyway?
And just stay with your clothes on.
Just don't get changed.
Just don't get changed.
Why? Needs a
shower maybe, and then put it right back on.
No, I feel like just stay in that sweat. It might be lucky sweat.
Lucky sweat. So they're gonna do like hockey players and never wash anything. Yeah, that sounds like a great idea. No, so I went to Kennesaw for like a year and a half, and we used to go to hockey games all the time. The hockey.
This is ice hockey or field hockey?
Ice hockey.
Oh, okay.
And I made friends with a lot of ice hockey guys, and God love them. If they're on a good streak, they don't wash anything.
It's bad luck.
It's bad luck but it's a stench I've never smelt before.
I bet you were like trying to fake fix the game.
You don't breathe.
By the refs.
You don't breathe when you hug them when they're still wearing their equipment, and you just sort of turn your eye. So obviously we got the season opener then against DC in DC, and then we've got the one at home.
Yeah.
On the 10th.
It's exciting times. And
Against,
before that, we got the block
Cincinnati.
party, which is
Yes.
going to be a fun time.
The block party on the 9th on Edgewood. There's going to be music and games and
soccer tennis.
Of course there is. It's going to be soccer tennis. Forgot that you love that so much. So come out, come do that. We're going to probably be down there somewhere around there. I know you'll be with soccer in the streets, and I'll just be roaming probably with a margarita in my hand. That's typical
I
Kelly.
will be on the soccer tennis net.
Oh, that's right.
Non-stop, undefeated. Try me.
Yeah.
I've been practicing.
Pre-season
Pre-season started.
Watch you. Yeah, for sure. And then we've got a couple of other things coming up. So do you want to talk a little bit about the Women's Soccer She Believes Cup?
Yeah, I mean, She Believes Cup is coming up. That's some of the best women's soccer teams ready for the World Cup. We're going to have Japan, USA, Brazil, and most importantly, the Lionesses. It's England. So might be a good time to catch some games, get some previews. And
for sure.
There's a game in Nashville if anyone wants to head up to Nashville. I mean, it's pretty close, and that's England versus USA. And what's so cool is these games are double headers. You get 2 games for your ticket. So the 2 games are back to back in the same stadium. So, women's soccer deserves some shout outs too.
Heck yeah. Two for one.
2 for 1.
It's a 2 for 1. So that's pretty much everything that's coming up. We talked about the upcoming matches. We do have a new iTunes review.
Ooh. And seriously, guys, we said we were going to do a giveaway for 100 reviews, and
we're at 74 now.
Come on, guys. That's just 25.
Oh, excuse me, 75.
Okay, so that's 25.
25 more reviews, guys. Just 25 more reviews.
And they can be anything as long as they're 5 stars.
Yeah.
They can,
as long as
they're 5 stars,
if you
they're
don't
welcome.
think we're 5 stars, you can tell us that too. But we just want a review from you. Like, it's fine. It should be 5 stars, but you do you. You do you. So this one is from Bored in Atlanta. I like that. And it says, insert reggae horn effect sound here, 5 stars. Their Twitter was my gateway into Atlanta United Twitter, which is undefeated, by the way. The podcast is great fun and delivers some out-of-the-box insight into the team and culture. Thanks, guys. Thank you, Bored in Atlanta.
Bored in Atlanta.
Bored in Atlanta.
I thought it was bored in Atlanta, but it's bored like boring.
Bored, not born.
No, I thought you said bald. Like
bold?
Bold.
Okay.
Balding.
It's not balding like Brad. It's not born like born in the USA. It's bored like you're tired in Atlanta.
Come on, man. Atlanta's a cool city.
Yeah, but
and
at
Atlanta
times we're bored
United.
too.
Atlanta
You can be bored in any city, really.
Okay.
Especially in
But I hope you're not
Jersey.
bored by Unreal.
Oh, they're not. They could possibly be bored by us. Have you seen the amount of stuff that Jay just puts out?
Like, oh my gosh. Which, do we have some surprises coming
we
shortly?
Do have some, okay.
Oh.
So if you're listening to this, be on the lookout.
That's
I can't tell you what
That's
time.
all we're saying.
But it's going to be in the later afternoon before dinner. There's going
After
to be
work?
No, if I remember the time correctly, it's going to be like maybe end of work.
So don't work.
Don't work.
Be on the lookout.
Be on the lookout.
Set those bell alerts.
They should set a bell alert.
If you
100%.
haven't set an alert on our tweets yet, you should, because then you get a notification every time we do something.
And guys,
it's worth it.
It's worth it. Like,
who needs a job anyway?
No one needs a job. We'll just all be jobless. But yeah, so there's going to be a really kind of cool
something
coming out.
Don't say too
much.
I
can't say too much.
Seriously, just be on the lookout.
You should be on
don't
the lookout.
work. Set a bell on our tweets, and you'll find out.
Yeah.
And it's going to be as special as our podcast
Easy
today.
peasy lemon squeezy.
It's going to be almost as good as our podcast today.
Almost as good.
Because we're queens.
Not sitting on the couch with a dog laying on your feet drinking white
queens.
wine. Good. Because we're the queens of the South.
Well, Diet Coke on my case.
Well,
I'm a DD driving.
Yeah, you are driving. But I'm not. And I'm staying in this location. And I'm going to have all the wine I want.
Because I can.
Because I can.
And because I'm a queen.
Because I'm a queen. So I just want to give a huge shout out to our sponsors. Remember that you can use a promo code UNREL, that's UNREL, at atlantabeerbus.com, and you get 20% off Friday through Sunday. That's a huge discount. That basically means you get to go for like nothing. And it's super fun. You literally go to one of the locations where they pick you up on the routes for the Atlanta Beer Bus. You get on, It's $15 for the ride, I believe, and then obviously use
your
discount off.
Breaking news though.
Oh wait,
breaking news
hold
from.
On, let me finish.
Oh,
let me finish.
Get that
and then
commercial
you
in.
can go from distillery to distillery or brewery to brewery, and it's totally worth it with the beer nerds and everything. It's 100% you should do
reminder, what's the code people use?
It's Unrel, UNREL, and you get 20% off through your weekend.
So breaking news from Mr. Felipe Cardenas.
Oh.
Herediano Danger Man Jimmy Marin tweeted that he's 100% fit.
Oh.
Ooh. Maybe I'll add that goal now. That 2-1 predictions
is
looking a little bit nice
now, isn't it?
Absolutely. Hey ho, 2-0 still. I believe in Brad.
Frank and Brad and our whole back line.
Absolutely.
All right, well, that's it for us. You can follow Unrel at Unrel ATL, UNRELATL on all the social media platforms. This is the new little subsidiary of Unrel, the
sub-pod.
The Russian doll.
What's your queen? Which queen are you?
Which queen am I?
Yeah, what's your spirit animal of the queen?
I don't even know what you're asking.
Like, pick a queen that you relate to.
You pick a queen and then I'll understand what you're asking.
Elizabeth, obviously, I'm the queen.
This is what
but are you like
saying.
Britney or are you Beyonce?
Oh, we're talking about those kind of queens.
Well, I'm a real queen. Like, I'm the queen of England.
Then I'm Freddie Mercury.
Oh, I just watched that movie.
It's
Bohemian.
really good.
It's emotional, man.
Emotional, but extremely good. Like, and I watch it, and it's like I can't. It's like he is Freddie. It's insane.
Mm-hmm. So
I don't know how we get on this tangent.
We are queens.
We are queens
of the South.
But you can find me at the Kelly Francis on all the social media platforms where they can find you, Jessica.
Jessica ATLUTD.
Yes, ma'am. And so that's going to be it for us. You will probably hear Queens of the South every other week, depending on scheduling for games and how our lives work out.
Because we're queens. We have a life of a queen.
We have schedules. We have peasants.
We're not just petting corgis every day.
We're not petting corgis and eating English muffins.
I hate tea, and English muffins aren't a thing. And on that note,
we out.